permeates almost every aspect of their life. And I was just wondering if, these anxiety attacks were just isolated at work, or how do you also experience them, or do you carry work home with you? Any of that sounds possible?
Yeah, I think that you probably hit a couple points that really hit home with me. I mean, um, like I guess I do bring this work home, in terms of shutting down in front of my fiance because, I don't want to talk about, these traumatic situations that I've experienced at work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I end up kind of shutting down and our communication is suffering as a result of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I try and go to sleep at night, I really have trouble sleeping, and I was prescribed Ambien for my sleeping problems, and it helps my sleep, but it doesn't help my anxiety.
Okay, can you so you take Ambien to sort of just be able to sleep, is what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So do you experience anything like thoughts racing through your head before you're sleeping? And what's sort of keeping you up at night?
I really just replay the phone conversation in my head, and then from there, it just kind of gets out of hand. Like I start thinking about what was going on over there. It's almost like a movie is playing in my head of what is going on that side of the phone line, and I could imagine, all the distress that everybody's experiencing, and the fact that I can't do much about it. There's not much I'm supposed to do about it, but for some reason in my head, I wanna help. I wanna do something about it.
And you don't experience that level of need with other calls that you receive?
No, it's kind of strange. I almost feel bad about it at this point. It's conflicting in a way. Why do I feel that some calls are more important than others?
Yeah, and this just started about a year and a half ago.
I mean, yeah, a year and a half ago, into this current job that I'm in, a year and a half ago, and then the intensity was about 6 months to maybe a year ago. I never really experienced anxiety before in my life, which I think besides the incident when I was 12 with the car accident, but other than that, and driving sometimes will happen, but not to this extent. This is very debilitating, and it's very concerning to me right now.
Yeah, I mean, if it's affecting your job, in every aspect of your life, you're sleeping, it sounds like a big problem.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sort of ask you to rate your anxiety, if that's okay.
Sure.
So when you usually get a call at the call center as a dispatcher, do you sort of, experience like, oh, yeah, I have to kick things into gear, like just say like, okay, you're in work mode.
Mm-hmm.
And when a call comes in about or has to do with a child, how quickly do you think your anxiety sort of goes up on a scale of, let's just use 1 to 100?
1 to 100. Okay, well, yeah. I would say, when I initially get a phone call, normally on a normal basis, it goes to about 10. Just
10, okay.
I think about, okay, I have to come up with a plan. This is some problem solving that needs to go on right now. But when I get a call from concerning a child, it goes from 0 to like 80 in a heartbeat, and then I kind of gauge the situation from there. Did they break a bone? Did they, are they bleeding, or is it a life-threatening situation? And when I hear a kid, maybe broke his nose, or maybe just, got the wind knocked out of him, my stress levels go down from 80 to like 20, or 10 back to 10. There's still a little anxiety there. But when I hear that it's, you know, a life-threatening situation, it goes 110. You know, it's just
Wow.
out of the ballpark. You know,
Yeah.
it's I almost feel just incapacitated, or just I'm not able to function. So it's,
Does that sort of affect what you're able to say to them at the time?
yeah. I mean, like I said, I feel like I feel like I'm not able to help them. You know, maybe I am. Maybe what I have to say is all they need to hear. And honestly, like our bosses don't really put it on us to help them. I mean, our only help is to dispatch the emergency
Yeah.
vehicles to them. So I mean, I'm not. That's not my job. I'm not a therapist,
Yeah.
but I feel like I want to help, you know, and I can't, and it might not be my job, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm helping or not. Besides getting them the help they need, you know, and it kind of makes me sad to think that I can't help these kids in this situation.
Yeah, that sounds like something that could, you know, cause a lot of distress, and it sounds like something that could stress anybody out, like even after they leave their job. Now, you say sometimes you can't stop thinking about that call. So when you get home, where would you say on 1 to 100 your sort of stress or anxiety level is?
When I get one of those calls, I mean,
Or when you get home?
when I get home after dealing with one of those
Yes.
calls, is what you're asking. Okay. You know, once I hang up with them, whether I was helpful or not, it definitely goes from 80 to maybe 60. You
Okay.
know, I mean, I'm able to regulate my blood pressure a little more, but I still feel that anxiety. And so by the time I get home, it might be at like I don't know, between 30 and 50.
Okay.
So it's still pretty high,
Definitely.
you know, and it might take a day, maybe 2 days. I mean, it's taken as much as 3 days to get over a call. I mean, that situation was pretty bad. But you know, on average, after something like that, it'll take maybe a day or two to really just get back down to zero.
Okay.
So it kind of lingers.
Have you found any methods of, you know, to sort of come down from these calls? Do you usually just sort of wait for it to sort of write it out, or do you, you know, try and relax by doing other activities, or, you know, what do you usually do on your days off to sort of, you know, distance yourself from?
I don't know. I don't know what to do sometimes. I mean, I go on bike rides and stuff, but even then, you know, it's running, it's playing through my head. You know, what maybe like